Hello there assassins, welcome back to another Wheel Assassin guide. In today's tutorial I will be teaching you all how to build this awesome three-dimensional horse here today. Now if you remember rightly, if you did see the previous video, I went ahead and built this pixel art horse from Stardew Valley. Now in this tutorial I actually showed this new horse up here as a sort of draft build, I'm going to call it, because it was atrocious. It looked awful and I really wasn't happy with the way it turned out, and I didn't want to go ahead and teach you guys how to build something that wasn't the best of my ability. Now this horse isn't, I wouldn't say it's the best of my ability, but I do think it's as good as we're going to get from this design originally, and I am happy with this design. So I'm going to go ahead and teach you guys how to build this awesome looking horse here today. Let's go ahead and get some materials and get started. Alright then assassins, so by the way, before we do get started, I just wanted to say that if there are any fans of the old trusty steeds out there, and you want to go ahead and build my pixel art horse as well, I will drop a link to it in the description below, so that will be easily accessible to you all. We're firstly going to take ourselves some stripped dark oak wood, some stripped birch wood, some mud, some stripped spruce wood, some packed mud, some dark oak fences, some black stone wall, some black stone stairs, as well as a black stone slab. And as with all of my other animal tutorials, I want to go ahead and include some facts in this tutorial for you all as well about good old horses. So let's begin. We are firstly going to take ourselves our mud down here, and we want this to be for our hooves. Of course we have 4 hooves to build, so we're going to go a little bit further away from our original, and we'll build about here in a 4 cluster, just like so. And then we want to go ahead and build, oops, just adjusting my headset, there we go. We want to go ahead and build ourselves 3 blocks back from this one here, as we don't want too much space between the horse's legs, but just enough so that we can add in, you know, a bit of articulation to our legs here as well. So we have our 2 hooves here. Of course our horse is going to be a little bit wonky, lopsided if we don't build the rest, so we want to go ahead and flip around to the other side and build the hind leg to be exactly the same, just 1 block back if possible, like so. And I believe this is also a 1 block gap. It is. Perfect. Excuse me for referring back there. Then we're going to go up a block just here from the ground and sort of building this horse's leg kind of at an angle, as if it's sort of bending its leg. Maybe it's galloping or something like that. So yeah, that looks really cool. Now for the first of 3 layers of our horse's coat, we're going to take ourselves some stripped birch wood, and we will go above each of the hooves, should I say, and just build a 4 cluster on top of them, like so. The lighter colour goes at the bottom there. Now we're going to take ourselves an extremely darker colour, which is going to be the stripped dark oak wood, and we want to take this along the front side of this bending hoof here. If you want to fix the direction of the wood here, be my guest, because if you're like me and have a bit of an OCD about it, of course that's going to get a little bit irritating. So there we go. Now we'll go on to the next one and just build 4. And of course all the way around here we just build 4 on those ones like so. On this back one up here you can also bring it back by a few blocks. So I'm going to go up 2 here and bring it back for another 2 there. And then I'm going to flip around to the other side, and I'm actually going to keep this one at just 1 layer, which is perfect. Of course we're keeping that one at 1 layer as well, but if you wanted to do the other one again a little bit further up than the rest, for 2 layers, then that's perfect, like so. Awesome. You can honestly change this up however you wish to, but I'm going to stick to my original one as much as possible. Now I think it's time for a little horse fact. Now one cool thing about horses is they actually can't breathe through their through their mouths, which I know is very strange, whereas of course humans can breathe through their nose and their mouths, and weirdly their eyes as well, only like a tiny percentage, but yeah, that's true. They are obligate nasal breathers, which means they cannot breathe through their mouths at all. But if you think, a horse does have a huge mouth, so you know, can you imagine that gust of air going into your lungs? That'd be massive. Not that I'm sure that has anything to do with the reason they don't, but hey, I'm just I'm just trying to say. Let's take ourselves some stripped spruce wood now, and we want to go up this side of our horse over here, and we're going to build ourselves 3 blocks along this way. Of course the direction of wood is going to be really annoying for a few minutes, but we'll sort it out afterwards. And we'll do another one for these lots of 3, like so. So we're building the sort of main body of our horse over here. We'll go up to match on this front leg, and then we can actually build this across now, but also coming out on one side and on the back side, like this. And we'll do this for 2 layers high, like this. And this will then allow us to actually change the direction now of our wood wherever necessary. So here on the dark oak, and above for our spruce just here. And you can do this for these parts as well. We basically don't want any beams of wood kind of showing, because of course this is supposed to represent the coat on our horse. We don't want any you know, looking like it's a house sort of material, or like a wooden horse. We're going for a real one. So there we are. The next thing we can do is to take our mud, our packed mud that is, and we want to go above the last sort of joint for our back horse leg, so this one here, and we'll leave a gap of 2, and we'll go up to this one and this one here, so sort of around the belly area of our horse. And this is going to be for the saddle. We'll take 2 blocks there, and then we'll do ourselves 4 across the top there, like so. Now the next horsey fact I have for you all today is they have excellent hearing. So although they can't breathe through their mouths, they do have excellent hearing, which is very, very cool. So as a prey animal, because obviously in the wild, horses are preyed upon by other species, they have insanely good hearing, which can really help them in a dangerous situation. So it's very, very cool. Okay, back to building. We're going to go ahead and take ourselves a stripped spruce wood block here, and we'll go ahead and build 2 on this side, and we'll actually go up and across for another one here. Now this one is on its own sort of area. It's a little bit annoying. What I'm going to do is flip around to the back and add 1 to then swap the direction of that one just in here. So I have this shape now for my horse, which looks really funky, doesn't it? Really strange, but looks good. Now to come around to the other side, we obviously have a 2D wall. We want to go ahead and build up the other side to then make the body of our horse. So we're going to take ourselves our stripped spruce wood, and we're going to go up until we reach ourselves this position over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks, just like so. We'll then take ourselves a 6 block high pillar just over here. So of course we know that's 5, so 6 will be here. We'll build the other side of the saddle with our packed mud for 4, and down in the middle for 2. We'll take our stripped spruce wood down on this one just here for about 4 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, it does go up from this position here by 2. So from the birch, it's 2 blocks up. Then underneath the saddle, we'll take ourselves 2 blocks, then a singular 1, and then 2 beneath this one, and we're sort of doing a replica of the other side over here. So we can actually go ahead and build 1, 2, 3 across the front side, to then build another layer and swap the direction of these woods. And then above here, we do ourselves 2 blocks, and then I'm going to come in on myself just over here. Although actually, I think this is slightly different to the other side. I think it's because of that other leg that we want to go up another block. If I just show you, it's slightly different. But what I might do is just change that, knock that off, and instead add a block in there like so. So yeah, that looks a little bit better, doesn't it? More symmetrical, I guess. That's perfect. So we'll do that instead. So what I'm going to do here is above where my leg is going to connect. So this, you can imagine, is the top of the horse's leg. We're going to go ahead and build ourselves a head. 1, 2, and a 3rd block will go here. Remember to add that one behind, so you can swap the direction of that one just in there. That's perfect. Another horsey fact for you guys. Horses have nearly a 360-degree vision, and that is because, of course, they have eyes on the side of their head, whereas humans, of course, have them on the front of their heads. You guys should know that, definitely. So whereas we have kind of like a 180-degree angle that we can see, so we can see to our left and our right, horses can see right behind them and directly in front of them. So almost like 180 in each eye, which is very, very clever, very cool. Quite a lot of animals have that too, and it must be very, very helpful to see dangers or anything coming toward them. So yeah, that's pretty cool. All right, we're going to go below, and we're going to go ahead and build ourselves 1, 2, and a 3rd block back here, and 2 up. I'm going to switch the direction of this one just in here to make me a bit happier. And there we go, we have ourselves a bit more of a 3D structure, which is perfect. Now if you want to go ahead and mimic over here, what you've just done, I'm going to go ahead and build up to this position just here, and then maybe up a block here for my saddle. I'm going to copy this bit of the leg, this bit, and this bit here. I'm also going to do the front side of this one over here. So again, copying the exact same thing as I've done over this way. Just checking that spruce, yep. To make this a bit more bulky and 3D, because I don't want this to be just kind of hanging about here and a little bit hollow on the inside. That's perfect. Now before we go up with our saddle, we are going to go ahead and just go along, just so that then when we have the next, I'm going to call it layer to our horse, not that horses are like onions, we can have like a platform to build on instead of going a bit down to go back up. So that's perfect. Okay, the next thing to do is I'm going to come around to the I guess to the other side for a second. I'm going to try my best to build myself the reins to our horse, because this horse does have a saddle on. Of course we want to add the reins in too. We can take ourselves some dark oak fences, and we're going to go along from the saddle here by 3, and then we'll go up 1, 2, we'll go in a block just in here. I'm going to place myself a stripped spruce wood here, and also on the other side as well, and then place a block here. Now this one will go all the way along the bottom of the horse's mouth here, as you can see, for 3 blocks, so we can actually build across to the other side now. And you can also go ahead and pack out this 1 block of stripped spruce, but I recommend placing a block behind in order to build that one forward. We can then come around to the other side, and again building the same exact thing with our fences here, going that 1 block, 2 blocks, and beneath for 3 to the saddle. Now this other side does get a little bit strange, because of course, little pun in there by accident, of course even, we do have to go across part of the horse's mane here, and of course that is going to be a little bit trickier than just the plain old simple stuff over this way, but not too tricky, so don't panic. If you'd like though, you can go ahead and take yourselves 4 more blocks of spruce in here, just so you have a bit more of a platform to work with a bit later on, and that's perfect. Now another really interesting fact about horses for you all is that the earliest ancestor of horse is estimated to have lived 55 million years ago. That is absolutely bonkers, and what is crazier about that fact is that they were only the size of a Labrador retriever. So can you imagine a little doggy sized horse? That is insane. But yeah, they were only domesticated around 6,000 years ago, so that's not that long, is it? So horses, although they are a huge friend of ours, they were only domesticated 6,000 years ago. So we've not been friends for very long, but they are a one-of-a-kind breed indeed, species indeed, sorry. So the next challenge we want to go ahead and face is the sort of connecting bridge, I'm going to call it, between the horse's 2 back legs. And of course they go up to the front legs here to make everything look like a big old belly down here. So to do this, we want to take ourselves a couple spruce blocks back here, well actually just the 1, which is perfect. Now that is going to be shown from the outside, I think. It might do. It will, but it's not the biggest of deals. If you wanted to move one back and then place that one there, that would be a bit better. There we go. Okay, so now we can flip around to the front side here. We have ourselves this big sort of connecting bridge for the 5 blocks here, for both legs connected. Let's build 3 just in this little gap here. Then we'll bring out 2 blocks to come forward here to connect the 2 front legs at a sort of diagonal angle, if you like. And then I'm going to come out 2 blocks here on the sides, and then 2 blocks out here on the sides to close up the belly. And I know that's a little bit cheating, because as you guys just saw, it's very hollow on the inside here, but that is a little bit helpful for us, because we can literally close this up by 1 block and then save ourselves a big problem later on. So when we go ahead and build the horse's sort of head and the front of its chest area, it's going to actually be pretty fine, you know, or I'm guessing that's the neck really, isn't it? So yeah, no, that's absolutely fine. That's perfect. What I might do is just go ahead and do that now. So as you can see, we need to come out a couple blocks just here in front of this really awesome looking articulated leg. So we'll do 3 blocks like so, with 1 singular one at the front here, then 1 here, 1 back here to bring 1 forward, 1 in the center here, so we have 3 now. Then we want to go ahead and build this up So we have 2 layers of 3 here. And then we'll close up the gap back here. So from this packed mud, we'll bring forward blocks just to this position here, to then add in 3, and they look really nicely and cleaned up just in there. So for this part of the rain, we'll do 1 block here of our fences, and then we'll come down for 2 on each side. And of course we're going to go along the front here for 3, and 1 in the center down here. So we should have this design like so. That's beautiful. Alright then, I think we should get the tail done before we go up to the head. I think that might be a good section to get out of the way, because that is probably the trickiest part of this build. So for our horse's tail, of course we don't want this kind of tunnel through our horse. That's just going to look a little bit strange and disturbing. So we're going to take ourselves 1, 2, 3 blocks here, and 3 blocks on top to come out like so. Then we're going to come down here, and we're going to build this forward and out just here. And we're going to go up with this one to connect to this layer of the sort of legs here, like so. Then we'll take another 2 blocks here, and 2 blocks in here, like this. So we have this kind of pattern and shape just going for us here. And we'll add in a single block just in there. So we want to keep the articulation looking leg back here on the side. But when you come around to the back, it looks pretty normal. Just looks like it's a bit more forward, which is good. It's really good. So that's awesome. Now we're going to go ahead and take ourselves a couple of blocks at the top here. We'll do 3. And we'll close up that gap there with those, obviously, 5 blocks in total. Like so. Yep, just double checking my work here. We're looking good. Then I'm going to take myself a singular block and a singular block up from that one. Then I'll do 3 just in here. Then I'll complete up my saddle by taking myself 3 rows of 4 packed mud just in this gap here to that side of the front. And remember what we did last time? We obviously changed up the side here from the other side because of course we have the mane to consider on the right side of our horse. So that block left off, you know, it looking a little bit not very symmetrical. That's absolutely fine. Not to worry about that at all. I am going to change the direction of these woods though, because that is going to drive me crazy. And there we go. That looks fine. That looks fine. Right. Back to the back. For our tail, we want to go ahead and make this really elegant and kind of wavy. We want it to be wavy, and of course that's tricky in Minecraft because it's very blocky. But the way we fix this is by using a lot of stairs and a lot of slabs. So stay with me. They're blackstone slabs and stairs. They're a little bit trickier to see, but definitely take your time and it will all be good. First, you want to place ourselves an upside down stair on the sides of the butt of our horse. And by the way, in real life, you do not want to be stood back here behind a horse. When those hind legs get kicking, that is going to really hurt. So you don't want to be stood there. We'll take ourselves a slab beneath these, like so. So we build little C's coming out of the back of our horse, like this, kind of backward C's, like so. And then we want to take ourselves an upside down stair here, and one this side over here. And we'll come behind this and add in ourselves a block made of the blackstone slabs. And we'll do this again for a second one, and maybe a third one, and maybe even a fourth one down here. Then we'll take the stairs to correlate that. So we'll do a normal stair, upside down, normal, normal, upside down, normal to reach the upside down one at the top. So we have this design going for us at the moment, which looks great, but it's of course nowhere near done. So once we have these 4 stairs on the sides, 1, 2, 3, and 4, we want to go ahead and end it off with a normal stair, an upside down stair facing downwards like this. And then we can take ourselves a slab maybe just here, and then we'll do ourselves a normal stair just here. Now I don't want to place a block behind this gap, because if you are to come this side of the horse, of course you want that to look like it's flowing out the back of the horse rather than just in a straight direct downwards kind of motion, because that won't look very realistic at all. So that's perfect. Now we'll take ourselves an upside down stair again, normal, upside down, normal to reach the upside down that you placed originally at the start. And then of course we want to do ourselves another slab, I think. Let me just check this real quick. Oh, I see what I've done here. Oh, I see what I've done here. We want to take an upside down from the bottom with a slab, like so. So that will then go past the sides just by a slab width, length even. And then we'll do our upside down and normal stair sort of pattern going up like so. Like this. I hope that makes sense. My apologies for the mistake. Sometimes with the darker coloured materials, such as the black stone and black concrete and things, I do get myself a little bit muddled up because, as you can see, they are very, very hard to see the difference between the actual blocks here. And when we're using slabs and stairs, they do kind of go into one another, and it's hard to see the difference between the two. So that is just my error there. But hopefully, that's all sorted now. Brilliant. Now, going back up to the top, up here, what we can do is we can take ourselves a couple more materials coming down from the top of our tail, and this will help us to build this a bit more 3D instead of two separate 2D entities. So we'll do one normal stair and one normal stair here, and then we'll fill this in with a slab or even a block. It's up to you guys, just like so, and that should look pretty good. But if you want to add a little bit more detail again on the back here, all you need to do is add in an upside down stair just here. There we go. And then we'll do a normal slab like so. I'm going to add in a slab at the top there, like that. Haha, wonderful. That looks really cool. So yeah, there's your tail. You can build the tail however which way you wish as well. If you weren't happy with the one I've gone with here, you can go ahead and build your own version, and let me know what you did to make it look really wavy and kind of crazy in the comments below. I would love to hear. Alright then, back onwards to the mane, and then of course, why the long face of our horse. Now this might be a really strange way of building the head of our horse, but I'm actually going to start with the mane, just because I have a bit of a bird's eye perspective here from a photo I took of my original, and I feel like it might be helpful to start off with this section. So I'm going to take myself a normal stair here. I'm going to go ahead and take myself a normal stair here, swapping this one for an upside down one, just like so. And then I'll take myself a normal stair on top. Over this way, I don't want to place a block here, I want to go above, sticking a temporary stair here to stick one to its right, knocking out the temp. So I'm going to go up in like a stair pattern, no pun intended, because obviously stairs. And then we'll take ourselves a fourth one up here like so, again knocking out that temporary one. So I have these 4 stairs going up in a stair sort of design, just like so. Behind this, I'll take myself 2 lots of my stripped spruce wood. Over here, I'll take myself 2 more, and another 2 down here. Don't worry about the direction of these, as they are going to be covered up. Over here, I'll take myself my fence, just here for 1. I will run across 2 blocks, and go here for 1, 2, make sure they're connected, 1, 2, to connect down there. Perfect, and that concludes our reins, which is brilliant. Now we'll take ourselves a stair here, here, and here. Then we'll do a slab here, here, and going 1 forward. You can also take yourself a stripped spruce block underneath that one as well. And around here, take yourself a blackstone block here, here, and here next to the rein. And that fence gate, or fence post, sorry, should connect up to that block just there, which is brilliant. Now then, for the face of our horse, the part we've all been waiting for. We will come along to the side again, and we'll build this in a 2D shape firstly, and then go ahead and sort of pack it out for a 3D shape. We'll take a single block just in here. We're going to go for 2 blocks here with 1 up, 1, 2, 3 blocks here, like so. Now we want to take ourselves around to the other side and do this exact same thing, but of course we have this to counter for, so we're going to go just behind this and in a block just here, so under our rein just in here, like so. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take myself above this area, 1, 2, 3 blocks, and around here 2, like that. Awesome. Now I can take myself a singular ear up here and here, with 1 coming down the side, so next to the mane on that side, and the other side over here as well. And then I want to start to come down for our long face, so we're going to take ourselves 1 and 1. In the center here, you can do a singular 1 spruce, or you can take 2 birch. 2 birch might be easier, because then it will save you having to build the sort of horses. I'm going to call it the bridge, because I think it's the part between the nose and the eyes there. So I'm going to call it the bridge just there. It might have a specific term. If anyone does know, let me know in the comments below. But for this one, I'm just going to do that there. Then I'll take 3 along for the next layer down. Then I'll take myself a singular stripped spruce block here, just next to this one but diagonally, and the other side as well. And the reason I've done this is so I can add in my eye, which is going to be made with a black stone wall, and here as well. Then I'll take myself stripped spruce wood again, in this little center gap, bringing this forward, and underneath the birch all the way along here. And that's perfect. Then I'll go ahead and build out on the sides for the 3, like that. Then I'll build down for a big cluster of total blocks of 6 down here. Just making sure that direction is perfect. Don't want to make sure. Don't want any mistakes, basically. There we go. Oh, there we go. It's a troublesome one. There we go. And I think that's it. That is it. Blimey, that was actually a lot easier than I thought. I thought it was going to be a little bit more troublesome. But there we go. Now we have ourselves 2 lovely stallions built in Minecraft. And you can obviously switch out some of the materials for our coat here if you wish to. So you can go ahead and build different types of horses, and also swap out some of the sort of main colours as well. So you can have a different kind of tail colours, and of course this mane here can have a different colour as well. Maybe even a pink one. You could probably build a unicorn with this design. Who knows? Let me know again what you come up with in the comments below. Would love to hear. And that concludes today's video, guys. Well, there we are. It is very, very lovely to finally have a 3-dimensional horse to go with our Stardew Valley 2D one. Like I said, when I originally planned to do a horse tutorial, I wanted it to be one of these ones here. But then ended up giving up, which you should never do. You should always persist, and that's what I've done here in the end. But in the meantime, I did give up and go to this one. So I'm happy to be back here now, and I'm really grateful that you guys have watched this one, so thank you so much. If you did enjoy today's tutorial and it was helpful for you, please drop a like on the video, that would be awesome. If there's anything you think I need to improve on as a content creator or as a Minecraft tutorial YouTuber, definitely let me know in the comments as well. I will not be offended or disheartened or whatever. If you give me some creative criticism, I would really appreciate that actually. So yeah, go to town, that's absolutely fine. Thank you so much for watching again. If you guys are new around here and you want to see more of my tutorials and things, I do have a lot more animal tutorials packed with facts as well, so definitely go ahead and check those out. There's a link to the playlist in the description below. And yeah, you can also join the Assassinhood for free today by subscribing. It'd be wicked to have you join our guild. And that's it, guys. Thank you so much. Have an excellent rest of your day. Don't forget to follow me up on social medias, links below as well. And I will see you very shortly for another Wheeler Assassin guide. Goodbye for now!